My name is Rena. Most of you guys know me. I run both the BD working group and the DeFi working group. And today I wanted to go really deep on what's coming next in the Stacks roadmap, specifically from a DeFi ecosystem and growth perspective. We're very excited to be going in this direction. I think everyone knows how much that we've been pouring our hearts and souls into Stacks and seeing our community grow, our DeFi economy grow, our TVL grow, and basically seeing so much activity and traction on chain. And so this talk is really a culmination of everything that the builders and I and the community have been working together through open roadmap feedback sessions on how Stacks will win and what comes next. I wanted to set the stage for what we've been working on and where Stacks is going first. We're building a DeFi flywheel. Stacks will be the best place for Bitcoin yield, period. We will be the trusted source for investors and casual holders and community members alike to access Bitcoin yield. This has been in our purview for many years since creating Stacks, thinking about how we do stacking, accessing Bitcoin yield, and we want to make this to be the best simplified experience for everyone. And so we are creating this Bitcoin DeFi flywheel to be the trusted source for yield. What this means is that we are working with all of our projects across DeFi to build this Bitcoin DeFi economy from scratch. We are seeding our DEXs. DEXs are the lifeblood of our ecosystem. DEXs allow us to liquidate our loans or take casual positions into other assets and such. And with that, when we attract and seed our DEXs, we have early liquidity coming in via SBTC and stables. Everything we've worked on last year of launching SBTC and Nakamoto to be faster, cheaper, and better means that we now will be the deepest pool of Bitcoin capital in our ecosystem, and that comes from our DEXs. So looking at you, Valar and Alex and Bitflow, making sure that you guys have the requisite liquidity on the DEXs so that we can move to the next phase of our flywheel. Activating our protocols. Our protocols give the users the ability to actually do things with Bitcoin Fi, take out loans on Zest or Granite, actually do staking on chain via Stacking DAO or Lisa, actually try Bitcoin-backed stables or other assets via Hermetica or Arcadico, and really access other DeFi tools like Charisma. When we activate our protocols, we're activating our community, we're activating our builders, and most importantly, we're actually activating capital that pours into our ecosystem and allows us to bring more value to what we are building. From there on out, we move to the next phase of our flywheel, incentivizing usage, boosting yields, encouraging tradings, really bringing inflow of stable coins and other assets to our ecosystem. This allows our ecosystem to grow in a way that is first-class citizens on growth, first-class citizen on how we build, first-class citizen on what we produce. And as we incentivize usage, we are signaling momentum. TVL climbs, our rankings climb, more so LP interest climbs. And we've basically created this funnel of we have liquidity, we have these really robust protocols that everybody is building towards, we have usage, and now we have signal of momentum. From there on out, our protocols actually get to TGE, be able to create value for our Bitcoin Fi economy that ultimately drives value to the Stacks chain, which is the most important thing that we're all running towards. We have this ambitious goal of one day not just being the home for Bitcoin, but the home for Bitcoin DeFi, the home for the place to earn, stake, and do what you want with your Bitcoin. SBTC was created for this, and for this, we need to build a DeFi flywheel. Part of what we're building towards is in culmination with all of our builders, the first 250 million. We want to bring the best on-chain economy on Bitcoin DeFi. And so for this growth, we have an aggressive goal of hitting 250 million by the end of June, so coming up in 6 weeks on our quarterly growth for on-chain activity. We've been working on this plan with our builders for quite some time, and here's really the traction of where we've hit. Our DEXs are targeting to get 20 million in liquidity for critical pairs. So you can think about pairs like STX and SBTC, stablecoins, and such. These pairs allow all of the other assets in our ecosystem to have the requisite liquidity so that we can work through other activations through our products. We've also onboarded an on-chain market maker. Anybody who's used the Stacks DEX before realizes that the spreads can wildly vary from one DEX to another. By onboarding an on-chain market maker, our spreads are now maintained well within reason, and actually some of the cheapest fees that you can find across all of Bitcoin Fi, so that you can access SBTC, STX, AEUSD, USDH, and all of these things. We're really excited to have this on-chain market maker onboarded and actually participating in all of our products and tools. This is the big one, institutional LPs. This week, we are raising the hard cap for SBTC, and I personally have a 50 million target of bringing $50 million via SBTC and stablecoins directly into our dApp. So you can see this capital deployed on DEXs or lending pools or Hermetica and such. We are really targeting to make sure that any capital coming in via SBTC immediately redistributes back to DeFi without fail, because when we distribute to DeFi, we're activating an on-chain economy, and that brings more and more users into our economy. As we work through institutional LPs as an ecosystem, we want to make sure that dApps also have user incentives. Many of our teams are working towards activating their user base and making sure that they have new users coming into Bitcoin Fi for the first time. And so we have unlocked 1 million in incentives specifically for DeFi apps. So dApp builders can work on making sure their users are incentivized and actually using our protocols. Kind of following that is our centralized exchange support. SBTC listing is up and coming. It is something that we've been keenly working on with tier 1 exchanges to make sure that we have the deepest liquidity pool for SBTC on centralized venue. But what's more important about doing this SBTC listing is actually doing SIP10 standard support. What this means is that we're working with exchanges like the Binances or OKXs or the Coinbases of the world and making sure they integrate the SIP10 standard. Why? We want to make sure it's easier for other dApps to be able to have their token have seamless support on centralized exchanges. You can think of when you're planning for your TGE, at least the infrastructure part is already taken care of, but the stack standard is there. Highly anticipated coming at the end of Q3 will be bridges. Axlar will be going live in Q3. We're super excited about this one because we have made sure that every Stacks DEX is already integrated on the routing of Axlar, meaning we can finally access liquidity from other ecosystems like Sui or Solana or EVM directly into our ecosystem. It is huge, and we're really excited about this going live, and just want to say kudos to all the builders helping us with this DEX integration, because the Axlar bridge is truly a team effort. We do have one more bridge coming live. They are one of the largest bridges coming from the crypto ecosystem, who does billions of dollars of transactions a day, and they will be deploying on Stacks sometime in Q3. And the last, the highly anticipated stablecoin. We do have a tier 1 stablecoin on lock, ready to go, and they are targeting a Q3 target for going live in Stacks. All of these growth initiatives are underway and such, and that will get us to 250 million. But that's not our goal. Stacks has a goal to bring Onchain Stacks has a goal of Onchain TVL $1 billion, and this is exactly where we're going to go. We currently are ranked about number 40 on DeFi Llama. That is at the 100 million mark. But we want to be the best. We want to be the biggest, and we want to be the largest of Bitcoin L2s in DeFi. And so our goal is to hit $1 billion before the end of the year on Onchain TVL. With what we've already achieved prior, we are on track to hit 250 million this June. But the next wave of growth will come from these unlocks that we're working through. Stablecoins, bridges, SIP10 standard, institutional LPs, more dApps and builders coming into our ecosystem. If we do this right, we know that we will hit $1 billion. And the $1 billion brings us in the top 10 of DeFi Llama. We will be the only Bitcoin layer in DeFi Llama if we hit $1 billion to be top 10. Though we focus so much on DeFi, there are other aspects of the ecosystem that are equally important for growth. And so I did want to cover some of the other initiatives we've been taking on as part of the Stacks roadmap for ecosystem support and growth. The first is builder growth. We do have new grants coming and will be available as part of the roadmap for all builders, not just DeFi. Whether you're in BNS or memes or tooling or SocialFi, builder grants will be available for everyone, including user incentives, excuse me. We do want to make sure that we are incentivizing users across the board to come into our wonderful ecosystem and community. With that, we've also started an initiative earlier this year called the Marketing Working Group. The Marketing Working Groups helps teams take their products to market, really hone in on narratives and strategies, and then build the on-chain campaigns like Zeely or Galaxy to make sure that we have something universal for everyone. With that being said, the Marketing Working Group is also taking strides for media and podcast roadshows. Many of our builders are getting highlighted on premier media pieces with Decrypt or CoinDesk, as well as being on the road on the podcast show, making sure that they do what they do best, sharing what they're building in the Stacks community, and making sure that everyone knows that Stacks is the leading Bitcoin L2. Near and dear to my heart is something that we've been working on with BNS. BNS is a beloved portion of the Stacks community, and we want to make sure that they have everything they need to continue to grow and develop. What we're working on for BNS is the universal zone files. Anybody can add their wallet standard or social links into the zone file as a universal standard, which makes it more compatible and more accessible to do whatever you want to do on BNS. Hand in hand with BNS is Wallet Connect. Wallet Connect allows Stacks wallets to be integrated across any dApp in crypto. It is kind of like the Stacks.js Connect that allows any dApp to integrate Stacks. We have already integrated Xverse and Leather Wallet on the Bitcoin side in Wallet Connect. Now we're underway on the Stacks support to go live in the summer. Finally, there's two more things that are extremely important for growth and letting us be first-class UX for growth. On and off ramps. We are working with a major provider to be a fiat on and off ramp for any SIP10 token, meaning you can come with dollars and buy a SIP10 token, whether it be a DeFi token, a standard token like STX or SBTC, or a meme coin. Looking at you, Leo Welsh, we're making it easier and easier for anybody to come into our community with fiat and then off ramp with fiat as well. This is kind of the first of the kind because many fiat on ramps have not done off ramps into our community, and this will be the first. And lastly, one of the biggest initiatives that we've been working on quietly but surely is an investor pipeline for our builders. This is a key initiative from Stacks Asia, led by Kyle, with our partners EVG and Aspen Digital. EVG is one of the leading Web3 companies in Asia who supports growth and marketing and everything kind of under the sun so that Web3 companies can flourish in Asia with communities. Aspen is on the other side, which is a liquid fund and VC fund that actually invests capital directly into our DeFi projects and our protocols. Together, all of these things will allow our builders to grow, our ecosystem to grow, and really be the best place. And I wanted to end with this. All of this wouldn't be possible without us being a community. We're building for each other. We're building for the new world of Bitcoin. We're building the Bitcoin economy.